Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Ghost in the Magazine. I'm Stef,
And I'm Elle.
and this week's movie is Jack Frost, 1997.
Ew.
Ah, it's not great.
I watched I watched four movies in the last few days. I forgot I watched Scrooge too, and it was the worst of the movies that I watched easily, hands down.
You said Scrooged too?
No, I watched Scrooged as well
Also,
on top of the other three,
I
which it was a
I
classic
like
movie from my childhood. Yes.
yeah, mine too.
Um, but we also watched Chud. And and I also watched Santa's Sleigh, which is a fucking classic. This was just, it couldn't stand up to even Chud, though.
I don't like Chud, okay, but I would rather watch Chud than this.
100 times. 100 fucking times.
Specifically, I think the last 20 minutes of Chud
Oh
is
my
like the
god.
best of it.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening before that,
Hmm. Yeah.
but this movie, and I've seen this movie before. Shout out to my cousin John because we watched this together. And it's so funny that we're watching this in the living room. The family's walking in and out, and he and I are just sitting there watching this movie. And we watched it all the way through. So
This movie is a holiday themed sentient dad joke, and I hated it.
it
There was
literally is that. It literally is that. So
Mhm.
first of all, this is a serial killer, okay? It's very much I said it was giving Gingerdead Man on ice.
And I said
'Cause
it's giving shocker on ice. No, we'll put that on ice in there too, because it's a serial
oh no.
killer being like transmuted into another medium where he can continue
Yeah.
serial killing.
Which okay. Okay. All right. All right. So he's a serial killer. But like I felt like he was trying so hard to be Charles Lee Ray, okay?
Another movie. There's what the fuck? These all
I
have the
know.
same plot.
Yes, but obviously that's my baby. So
Yeah.
that is
For me, it would
superior.
it would be shocker for me. Like that was the movie I grew up with out of all of those. That was like my fave. So
Yeah. So yes, it has the basic plot. And then the way that he was like screaming and like laughing hysterically and like yelling at people, it was very okay. He scares the main guy, which I'm like, I don't understand why the fuck this serial killer was so angry with this cop in the first place. They show a weird scene where he's like pulled over and he's standing next to a car very suspicious, and the cop is like, I'm gonna need to see your license. And so he sketchily moves towards the car and he's like, and he's like, make up your mind. do you, that's exactly what he looks like. Do you want me to get my license, or do you want me to stand still? And
is
I'm just like,
this
are you fucking kidding me?
is this
Are you
showdown
fucking
at
kidding
the
me?
OK Corral right now? Like what the fuck is
Literally. And so then like when he's in court or whatever, he's literally giving Charles when Charles is like, I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get Eddie Caputo too, no matter what, before Detective Mike Norris kills him. This guy's yelling the same way. Like, you're not gonna see whatever the fuck he said. I'm coming for you. You know what I mean?
why
But
can't
he's just
serial killers just die with dignity for Christ's sake?
That's what I'm saying. Are you fucking embarrassed? Are you embarrassed?
You
Like,
got caught,
cops,
bro.
right, right, right. Your mistake was getting caught. So, like, suck it up and go the fuck to jail. But he was gonna get,
Stop being boring.
stop being basic, okay? Surprise me for once.
Basic serial killer bitch.
Right. I know that there's a serial killing 101 book somewhere. I know someone wrote it. Read it and then get back to me, okay? Or is it because snowmen can't read? So, how?
God.
Okay.
That fucking scene. That scene where he turns into his. I was like, I looked away. I was honestly doing Black Friday shopping on my phone when I was watching this,
Oh, I
and
looked. I said,
I was like, I look up there and he's like a melting skeleton man melting into the snow, and I was like, what the fuck happened? So I looked up it. I didn't want to rewind it because fuck if I'm gonna watch that again. So
no,
I
you
looked it
don't
up on
need to rewind
Wikipedia and
it.
found out
Hmm.
he got covered in some like weird genetic material
Okay.
stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Here's what I want to know. Okay. This genetic goop, according to them, hasn't even been tested on an amoeba yet, let alone a human specimen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it being so casually transported in a
Mm-hmm.
regular ass vehicle? Like, I know it's like a bus or whatever, but it looks very similar to the van that's transporting an inmate.
Which also, he was like being transported to be executed or some shit. That wasn't a very like secure vehicle, and there was like what, one driver? Isn't there like a guard or something? Another guard?
There's like protocols and stuff so that like
This feels like that other WWE movie, that the one where there's all these inmates. They're cleaning out a hotel to make it into a homeless shelter, and there's like two cop guards in the whole thing, and they're just like walking around in street clothes and having sex in random rooms and stuff. See No
like
Evil, that one with Kane.
okay, yeah, I didn't see that.
You shouldn't. It's a bad one.
Yep, I'm gonna take your advice on that one and pass. But so it's very dramatic when these two vehicles collide, and he's like, I'm about to do some fucking murdering because I am free. And the other van explodes and like projectile shoots him with this clear goop. And then he starts
I
disintegrating
wish
into the skeleton.
I
And
would have
then
saw the spooge coming for him though, I have to
it was
say.
aggressive. It was aggressive. It was like fire hose that shit. Yeah. And then and the guy who was driving that van is just watching like
Okay,
he's
but
watching.
the practical effects are kind of funny. If they had a better script, it would have been a better movie, flat out. The problem was is the script was terrible.
It's very boring. Like
Hmm.
and
The best
but
part
I
of
mean,
it was the kid feeding his dad antifreeze. That was the best part of the
okay.
whole movie.
Yeah, let's talk about that. This was not like a little boy. Okay, like a 4-year-old, or it's a boy that knows he should know antifreeze goes in cars. He does because he said, I didn't want you to get cold.
Yeah,
So antifreeze. You could have killed your whole fucking family, my guy.
yeah. Nobody has had the Mr. Yuck talk with this like 9 to 12-year-old child. Like,
This 9 to 12-year-old.
he's got to be somewhere in that range, right? Like, that's what I'm
Yes.
thinking. Like,
No, definitely. Like he's not a stupid little kid. Well, he's a stupid little kid, but he's not like stupid little kid age. You know what I
no,
mean?
yeah.
Respectfully to stupid little kids, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, but that he ends up like being the savior because he figures out that antifreeze fucks this guy up. And then in the middle of it, there's this fucking scientist who created this fucking goop that's like, wow, it's on the loose. I need to see what it does.
We need to save this hot fucking snowman guy. That the worst scene,
I know.
which I wasn't sure what exactly was going on and if it was just like a violent murder, but Wikipedia
No.
clarified it for me that he was R-wording her.
Yes, with
Yuck.
his carrot. It's very gross. So he has this power to melt into water that can get inside people's homes because it's fucking water and then rematerialize on the other side. And there are these stupid ass fucking teenagers who, even though the town is on lockdown, they're like, let's break into these people's house and fuck in it. Um, what? What
Yeah.
kind of town is this? First
Also
of
read
all,
that this was Shannon Elizabeth's debut.
no fucking
Yes.
way.
The
I would
star
not.
of teen movies of our childhood. This
No.
is it. This is what brought her onto the scene. My God. Girl.
There's no fucking way. I already think that acting is awkward as hell
Mm-hmm.
because I can't. I literally said, I was telling my friend the other night that I couldn't be an actor because if I'm doing like a romance scene with somebody and they're like looking, I'm gonna fall in love with you, bitch. I'm gonna fall in love with you. It's real. It just feels too real to me. But also, like, I can't keep a straight fucking face because I'm a goofy ass bitch, and so I'm gonna be like the whole time. They would fire me. Okay, there's no fucking way I would sign up to get humped by a fucking snowman who used his carrot nose as a dick
Dead humped.
in
You're gonna
front
be
of
made dead.
people. Yeah,
Yes.
humped to death with a fucking carrot. No! It's worse than the dildo knife. At least
It
the
is.
dildo knife in Knife Plus Heart was artistic
Yes,
and
this
it
was not
carried a lot.
artistic.
No, it's fucked up because he says afterwards, I guess Christmas did come early. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I
Because,
think like I blocked all this out of my because of the trauma. Like just
it
like
happened.
your friendly asexual person watching this and like trying to believe that it was like, oh, this is just a corny sex joke, it's not actually what happened, and then going and reading the Wikipedia like, no.
Yeah, yeah, because they show an awesome close up where he puts his nose back on, and I'm just like, it,
This movie is the worst. I've watched some shit for this, but I would say that this rivals Bad Moon.
yeah, oh yeah.
I'd rather watch Bad Moon than this again. If I had the choice between the two,
I never thought I would hear you say that
I,
about
I hated
anything.
Bad Moon more than I
Like
hated
so hard.
that awful one that rich guy made. The devil, was
You
it
know what's
the evil
so
within
funny
or whatever? Yeah.
is my cousin John, who I watched this with, was the one who told me about that movie.
Oh, does he
Thanks,
just have
Nano.
shit taste? Like what?
No, he wanted to make it clear that he never said it was a good movie.
Okay, good.
It- so like he never said it was a good movie. It just said it was fucking crazy, which it is, and the story around it, it's fucking bananas. So that's all we. I got you.
It's still more scientifically sound than Chud, though. I'll give it that.
Chud has no science. No, it's just a rating scale on our friend's podcast.
If we could go step into an alternate reality where like Chud was science, like Chernobyl would be a very interesting area right now.
Yes,
Just saying.
100%. The surrounding areas as well, because
Mm-hmm.
God, the radiation. I
It definitely doesn't kill you and make you puke out your insides. That's for sure. It just turns you into a Chud monster. It's okay.
right, and some people were actually born as chud monsters, so this is not that movie. This
No.
look at his face. Look at his
Yeah.
fucking carrot nose. You
Why
stupid
is the
bitch.
carrot nose burned in that shot? Do you remember, like in that screenshot?
There was fire at some point. Because
Oh,
no. Yeah, there was fire at some point. And then when they discover that it's antifreeze that fucks this bitch up, it's because the dad has these fucking poison murder cookies that his son made. And
it's oatmeal, Steph. It's oatmeal. That shit's oatmeal. That's slop. If my child handed me fucking slop like
it's
that,
going in the trash.
yes, I wouldn't keep it. I'd be throwing it in the garbage as soon as I got
It's
outside.
going
Come
in the
on.
trash. And I feel like at some point they would have figured out, like, hey, let's try some antifreeze. He's made of ice. Yeah. But mm, maybe not. But they're trying to get out of the car because he melts his way into the fucking car. I think it doesn't even matter what I think. But this man on the way out of the broken window smashes him in the face with this cookie, with this death cookie. Like, who would have thought? Let me fucking cookie slap this hoe on the way out of the car. And he's screaming in there because he's all Chucky melting. And when he gets out of the car, his shit's fucked up. But
And
it's
what does
like,
that remind you of?
I don't know.
It was like very Catacomb-esque, like Chocolate Chip Charlie a little bit.
Stop! Now I'm
No,
itchy.
don't itch. That's what I was
No,
like. I wonder if Steph watched this and had trouble with it because I saw the little holes in it and I was like,
no, I honestly didn't look too hard at this scene. I was just like, oh, gross. It's nasty. But it's so funny to me when you have a character like this. There's no voodoo involved here. It's just fucking chemicals, right?
mhm.
And he's gory inside. He shouldn't be gory inside. He should be slick. He's made of ice. Because when he melts
Obviously
into
he's made of
water,
foam. I'm just saying. This was
okay,
very bad fake snow. Even the fake snow when they were like doing the snowman competition downtown, that was very
yeah.
obviously like fucking foam and like different craft materials. There was nothing that looked snow-like about any of that.
You're correct. You're correct. But there were several scenes where he was just water. So, like, where did the blood and guts go when he's water?
We
Where?
Okay, we cannot look for scientific cohesion in these movies. We have learned that today.
Yes, yes, we have. Yes, we have. It's a valuable lesson I will take with me everywhere. And this movie made me feel so fucking Christmassy.
I
Just
just
kidding.
love how I go through watching movies like looking for like what I'm looking for is like I mean, I you can make me laugh and that's one way of getting me, but the other way is like telling me a story that has like enough plot elements that makes me like really engage with it and think about it. And then I have a movie like this that has no laughs, the stupidest fucking humor I've ever like, and I have an idiot sense of humor. Like my favorite TV show is Trailer Park Boys, so that tells you the kind of shit I will laugh at. Dick jokes, cussing a lot, butt jokes, fart jokes. Like I am laughing at all that stuff. Guys dressed like wrestlers, I'm laughing at all that. This could not get a single chuckle out of me. It was stupid as fuck.
I also didn't chuckle. I'm chuckling now when we're talking about it, but that's because we're fucking funny. It's not because of the movie. And like
It's just,
when he
oh,
landed that Christmas coming early joke, I literally
oh
was
my
like, oh,
god.
all right, okay.
Okay. I remember him smoking like a cigar or a cigarette or something, and that's where I was like, this is just some gross shit that I don't want to mentally think about here. I'm just gonna
Yeah, the Gingerdead Man was less fucking gross.
I would 100% watch the Gingerdead Man again.
Yeah,
Again, we have a wrestling character, actually funny,
the
corny
butcher
shit.
baker.
The
Yeah,
Butcher Baker,
his lines were so fucking funny. And then Gary Busey's unhinged laughter. A
Yeah.
man after my own heart because I have my own unhinged laughter.
And then we had the gelatinous gristly insides of the cookie when he gets eaten. And that I'm not gonna break the science down of that. I think it's funny how I can
No,
suspend disbelief and not argue science in some things, but in other things I'm just like, this makes no sense, fuck you.
because I think it just depends on how mad the stuff around it makes you.
Exactly, distract me with something.
Yeah, I'm having a great time here. So
Make me groan, but in a funny way, not in a like the only funny thing about this movie is a kid feeding his dad antifreeze. If that's the punchline to the movie for me, it's gonna be a bad one.
literally, not a great time, but hey, we're here.
Yep.
We made it. That's really, really it. But if you saw a clip of this episode and you like my Sage Cigarettes magazine shirt, you can buy your own on Redbubble.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wearing a Mars Volta shirt and tiger pants.
Her pants are way cooler than mine. I'm not wearing any. Just some shorts. Okay, well, yep, that was this movie. I almost said the Gingerdead Man. And how many alien Brodies?
God.
How many alien Brodies do you give this movie?
Oh
We could
my God.
literally switch it up even. How many fucking
Just like a different thing every time.
yeah. How
How many
many
alien
Jeff
brodies?
Irwins do we give it? All right, so for this movie, how many alien Brodies would you give?
-1.
I'm half of an alien Brody.
Which half?
Only the half that fucks frogs. That half.
I
Only reason. The only reason I'm giving it a half is because I did actually laugh at one scene. I totally forgot. But it's the scene at the end where they they get this guy because they get a fucking pickup truck filled with antifreeze to dunk him in, but
Mhm.
like one of his hands survives and tries to drag the kid down, so they're dunking him in the antifreeze because like so yeah, I know
Yeah,
that's not nice,
I
but
did, and the cop was in the antifreeze too. I feel like, there would have been a death toll there. Like you can't inhale, soak in that much toxic chemical, right? Like,
right, that baby's mouth was open. I'm sure it got into his eye holes. Like he's
mm-hmm.
not gonna live for very long after this movie, respectfully.
That's just a carcinogen, at least, if not, like, I think it's a poison too. Like, let me see
I'm
what.
pretty sure. Like there might be a call poison control sticker on that bitch.
Yeah, it has ethylene glycol, methanol, and propylene glycol in it. Like, methanol, isn't that the stuff that like makes people go blind?
Probably. It definitely sounds like something that would make you go blind.
Yep, methanol toxicity.
Yeah, sorry, but I hate to break it to y'all, but that kid's probably dead.
Yep, and the cop. A cab includes that damn cop for boring me. You're a bastard for boring me.
Go straight to jail, do not pass go, and do not collect $200, bitch.
Fuck this
Okay,
movie.
that part. But stay tuned for our next movie, which will include a Gingerdead Man of some kind. In the meantime, you can find this podcast on the interweb at ghostinthemagazine.site. You can find it on Twitter, while Twitter's still alive, at GITM Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at witchxpudding.
And you can find me at Nocturnical.
Okay, bye.